Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video I'm going to talk about my gym journey, my fitness tips, my nutritional tips and so much more. So let's get started. How I got into the gym was very simple. I've always been into the gym for a very long time. However, I've been very on and off the gym. For I've been training consistently for almost a year and I've made fantastic progress and that makes me really happy. So I would like to share some tips with you and talk about my personal fitness journey with you, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you enjoy this video, please give me a subscribe, like the video, comment and share. I really appreciate it, so keep sharing. So in terms of my workout routine, it depends on my schedule. So if sometimes I train 6 times a week, sometimes I train 5, sometimes 4. I've always been training between 4 and 6 times a week. So, and each training split that I do depends on how I train. So if I train 4 times a week, I used to do 2 upper body sessions and 2 lower body sessions. If I was doing 5 times a week, I would either do a bro split, which is a split where you train individual muscles for each session. So for like one day it could be chest, another session would be back, another session is legs, shoulders, and then arms. And for another thing I do for 6 days a week is I did a push-pull leg splits for 2 push-pull legs times a week, and all these splits help me to train each muscle group twice a week, as well as give them 48 to 72 hours rest time for optimal recovery, because I believe recovery is an important part of muscular hypertrophy and muscular strength. So if I was to give any advice, my training advice regarding training splits, I would say do the one that works for you and one that fits your schedule perfectly without overwhelming you or burning you out. So, and also one thing, if you're looking into do a push-pull leg split, so a push day for me would typically be me training chests, shoulders and triceps. Pull days, which are one of my favorite workouts, would be back and biceps. And then leg day, which is self-explanatory. You train your legs, you train your glutes, quads, hamstrings. And then I personally don't train calves, but if you can train calves if you wish to do so, you can do that, but I personally don't do it. Some tips that advice that I would give for beginners is that I would say always plan your workouts, because once you go into the gym with a clear mind and a clear plan, you'll be able to execute those workouts and be able to train as hard as you can and make the most gains. Because if you don't plan your workouts, you won't know what you're doing, and you end up going to various machines and various exercises without caring about how much you're progressing. And if you're training mindlessly, you just don't know how, you can't track your progress, and then you can't apply progressive overload, which is one of the most important aspects of building muscle. And if you don't know what progressive overload is, and it's when you do more reps of the same weight you do last time. So for example, if I was bench pressing 75 kilograms for 5 reps, and I train bench press the next week, I'd want to either do 75 kilograms for over 6 reps, or up the weight and do 80 kilograms for 5 reps the next session. And that sums up progressive overload for you. And this brings me on to my next advice. Always track your progress, sets and reps, because if you do that, you'll be able to track the weights you've done and you'll be able to see any progress you've made, and you can look back to that and see if you've not made any. If you don't feel like going to the gym, I'd always make sure to think about the progress you've made and continuously go to the gym regardless of how you feel, because I believe that if you skip the gym when you don't feel like it, it will just ruin your momentum and it will just ruin your progress, and that's not something that I would recommend. So always go to the gym regardless of how you feel. Unless you're feeling ill or injured, always go to the gym regardless of how you feel. Another way to track progress is by taking progress pictures, progress videos, and usually I do these every 6 months, and that gives me enough time to train as hard as I can, apply progressive overload, and see how much progress I've made. So you may see in my Instagram that I do record progress videos and I share it to you guys. I will be doing more of that, and if you want to see more of my gym content and progress, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram to see more of that. Now I'm going to talk about nutritional aspects of my fitness journey. So typically, what I would do with nutrition is very, very simple. I'd always I try to consume single ingredient foods such as beef, eggs, fish, fruits, and vegetables. And I would always ensure to avoid processed foods like chocolate bars, biscuits, junk foods, and even there's protein products are poisonous because they contain unnecessary ingredients like sucralose, seed oils, and all other junk that you don't need. And that brings me to the next subject, all about these protein products that have been marketed in the fitness industry. So at the start of my gym journey, I used to really but I used to have these products, and this would hurt my gut, and it just gives you gut issues. So like protein drinks, protein products, and protein all this, I just believe that it's just wrong and it's not something you should consume. Like, just because something is marketed as high protein doesn't mean it's healthy. Because if that was the case, you could have protein alcohol. Doesn't mean it's healthy just because it says protein. So don't always look at the high protein marketing terms, because most of it is a scam. And always get your protein from whole foods such as beef, chicken, lamb, fish, and I would say duck, but I've never had duck before, and I will definitely try duck very soon. In terms of each macronutrient, I believe there are good sources of these macronutrients. There's bad sources as well for fats, carbs, and proteins. So for fats, my favorite sources of fats are avocados, butter, olive oil, and olives. And my favorite sources of carbs are rice, homemade bread, sourdough bread, and fruits, and as well as cruciferous vegetables. And my favorite sources of proteins are meat and eggs. That's pretty much my favorite sources of protein. I'm not really a big fan of plant protein as they're not as good as animal protein. So for your protein, I would always consume animal proteins as they're less processed and they're much more nutritious for you. And when it comes to calories, they are important, but then calories and calories are not the be all and end all. What you also want to look at is the macros, which is very important, and even more important than the ingredients. So when next time you go to the shops, always, and you buy a product, always make sure to look in the ingredients to see if there's anything that you do not need. If something has artificial sweeteners and emulsifiers and everything else, I'll say completely avoid. So that brings me on to my next topic. What are the biggest mistakes that people make with their fitness journeys? I believe that one of the biggest mistakes that people can make is that they just go in there with comparing themselves to other people, and I believe that is a very bad idea. Just don't do it. Like, you see people on social media, you know what they've been taking, and not all of these people are natural online. So, and they're doing gear and performance enhancing drugs. So they give like an unrealistic expectation of what your body, how much progress your body can make. And I believe the human body is very intelligent, and you do not need any steroids to make fantastic progress. So in conclusion, I would say compare yourself to who you were 1 year ago, 1 month ago, 5 months ago. just compare yourself to yourself, and then you'll see that you made fantastic progress. And also, never take steroids. It's never worth it. Just don't even think about steroids. It's completely, just don't think about it, and your body will thank you for it. And one more thing that I want to talk about is supplements. And I believe the word supplement is that you should not be relying on supplements to make progress. Sure, supplements are great, but it's called supplement for a reason, and you should only supplement with a a good diet, a good training program, and an overall good lifestyle. For example, having a good quality of sleep, as sleep is extremely important for progress. I personally don't do supplements, but I will. But I would take creatine. With a healthy diet, creatine can be very powerful, and can help you boost progress over time. So that concludes my video. If you like my content, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any constructive feedback, please feel free to put it in the comment section. And if you want to reach out to me, my Instagram, that will be in the description as well. And with equipment, I don't really use much, but whatever equipment that I usually use a weighted chain to add weight for my calisthenics movements, such as pull-ups and dips. I will link that in the description below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace out.